Good afternoon, this is Ding Yang and...
This is Wei Zi.
Hi everyone, we are from China Global Television Network. We are at the China's National Convention Center where the China's 2023 International Fair for Trade in Services is currently underway. And I know that Wei Zi, you have been following this event since day one.
Yes.
So before we start a live stream event today, can you brief an audiences in front of laptops or mobile phone what's going on?
Okay, so the China International Fair for Trade and Services, or CIFTIS in short, this year we have 83 countries, regions, and international organizations taking part, and we have 2,000 companies holding offline exhibitions this year. So this is truly a really big event.
Exactly. To sum it up, this basically is the place where the suppliers of services from all over the world coming to China, trying to appeal to the local business partners and the general public, because it's day 3 already, right?
Day 3, right.
Yeah, so today the event is open to the general public in Beijing. So now you can see the visitors around us, they are all different backgrounds. They could be potential business interest parties, but they could also be just ordinary people trying to get a glimpse of what's going on inside. And speaking about inside, if you've been following CGTN on our coverage of the event, we call it CIFTIS, right?
CIFTIS.
If you've been following us, you must have already known that over the past few days, we've already done several live streamed events about this, but I guarantee you the event today is going to be completely different from the previous ones, and we're going to show you something very interesting and amazing that's going to impact your life. Now, shall we go inside? Let's go. So now we are about to move into the major venue of the event. And you can, now I can see, but you need to wait a little bit until our camera catches it. But I can guarantee you the inside is vast. This is really impossible because it's people are all over the place. It's impossible for us to have a very clear space. So I'm afraid we have to make do. So Wei Zi, I know that you've been covering this event here. So can you tell us a little bit about this venue?
Okay, so the China National Convention Center is one of the 2 major venues of the 2023 CIFTIS, and over here we have the exhibition for different countries and also different provinces as well, so that you can experience different cultures here.
Before we start today's a little tour, and basically Wei Zi and I will be your tour guides inside the CIFTIS venue, but before that, I'd like to remind you, if you find this interesting and you'd like to share this event with your friends, you can ask your friends to find us on all CGTN social media accounts, including Facebook and X, formerly known as Twitter and YouTube. But if you live in China, then you can find us on Weibo and also on WeChat's video platform. So roughly, we are going to divide today's section in today's live stream into 2 sections. During the first one, we're going to show you, they're all in my notebook, but we're going to show you some real interesting gadgets about technological revolution that changes the landscape of the service sector. And for the second section, we are going to tell you a story about globalization, but not globalization from a big word sense, but on the ground. So globalization is happening every day. And today, we are going to show you the reality on the ground. So
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, let's start. So the first thing, because we know that logistic is an interesting fact even inside this venue. We were struggling to trying to find a route through to the destination we want to show you. But I think the first thing that when I first came here that caught my eye is actually drones.
The drone, you can hear the noise in here.
And not just the drones over there. I think that is, compared to all the other gadgets we're about to show, that one is a little bit kind of traditional, conventional, I would say. Because it's used in, for example, in a construction site where you can provide light. But what I'm really interested in is the future of drones. For example, I think this is a tiny module. It looks like a helicopter. And the one here likes fancy cars. I mean, can you imagine that one day you will be in one of these, going to work?
I would love to try different technology, and this sounds really cool to me.
I know that both of us are not technicians, and we cannot predict the future, but how long do you think that it's going to eventually show up on your streets?
Well, I mean, this technology has been evolving every day, and it's changing so very fast. I think maybe like in 20 or 30 years, is it too long?
I think I'm slightly more optimistic than that.
Okay.
I remember I tried once because I think this is a model. But I think a couple of years ago, I think I tried to stuff myself. It's also in another exhibition. I tried to stuff myself in a car like a drone.
Okay.
I have to say that back then it didn't feel so comfortable, but I could see that there could be a future because first it saves space, and second, I think it's more convenient. I mean, after all, the traffic jam on the street of Beijing, sometimes
especially
can still be a headache.
Yes.
Just
I'm
imagine,
pretty much aware.
Well, just imagine if we can hire a taxi like this, throw ourselves into it, and ask it to take us, because basically it's driverless, to ask it to take us all the way to work without waiting for the traffic light to change.
Maybe there will be a traffic light in the space, like someday, if you have too many of this.
I would love you mentioned the space, because next stop is exactly about space. Maybe not yet space travel, but I think it's going there.
Okay.
I mean, are you a technology nerd type of?
Well, not exactly, but I would like to see how it works. I would love to learn about it.
So before we go deep into learning about this, so can you tell our audiences what is the first impression of this to you?
I think this is like really high-end, and this is not something I would see in a daily life, but this is looking really cool to me. I really want to know what is this on the right side.
I know that you've been covering the business side of things, financial side of things, that is your expertise. So when it comes to a rocket and its design, has it ever occurred to you the cost problem?
Well, I am aware that it's going to like big numbers, but I cannot like say how much exactly it costs.
So when I try to find things that are probably interest you and the audiences in front of the television or of the laptop, when I found this and I did a bit of homework, it actually can help to reduce the cost.
Wow. Of the fuel or
by means of saving the fuel and recycling the rocket. But I'm not expert. I have one to explain those for me. Hi. Can you introduce yourself? I mean Chinese. It's okay. 请介绍一下。
那么这个呢，就是我们的一氧甲烷发动机。然后呢，我是蓝箭航天的品牌宣传主持人，然后呢，很荣幸的为您介绍。
He works for the company that designs the fuel and the rocket. It's called Land Space, but for the benefit of audiences and also CGTN, that there are other brands available, but for the benefit of this live stream, we're going to invite him to tell us a little bit how this is going to help with recycling a rocket. 就是火箭回收是一个，它核心技术在哪里呢？
核心技术呢，主要有2个突破点，一个就是首先它要实现是液体燃料。液体燃料就是为了让它的火箭可以2次点火，我们2次点火呢，才能够在下落的时候控制住它的下落速度。然后第2个呢，就是我们需要能够实现垂直起降。如果能够垂直起降的话，那我们就能够节省火箭大部分的成本。
So basically, in order to recycle a rocket, you need to do 2 things. The first one, instead of the solid fuel that's been traditionally or conventionally used for kindling a rocket, you need liquid fuel. Because you want to kind of kindle it twice when it comes back, kind of cushion the force it is lands. And secondly, it has to kind of blast it horizontally, yeah. 为什么一定要垂直起降？
因为垂直起降的话是最好控制下落的一种方式，
像一个直升机一样吗？
对对对，就是
但可能不用螺旋桨。
啊，对的对的。而且呢，其实垂直起降是为了适应复杂的环境，比如说像国外的话，它其实是可以垂直起降到海上的，这个是其他的降落伞下降这个无法做到的。
垂直起降意味着说它什么在哪里升起就在哪里落下，还是也是有一定的偏差？
如果未来可以实现的话，是尽量是实现哪里升起哪里落下。
So in order to kind of shoot one of this into the space and have it back, it has to be shot horizontally, and so that to control the movement of the rocket. That would eventually realize the purpose of recycling it. Thank you. 谢谢.
Thank you so much.
You can imagine that maybe one day we can not only travel with a drone,
But also with rocket.
but the rocket, yeah. And would it be amazing that if you can travel with the drone all the way to a space center? And
This is taking speed to the next level.
well, would you like to travel to the space maybe one day?
Well, probably when we have the technology ready, I would love to try it out.
Okay, so
Would you try it yourself?
I think my heart can take the pressure.
Okay.
But probably I would need some other service like in a diaper just in case.
Okay, speaking of the medical services, here we come to the next spot where we have a surgical robot over here.
Yeah, a couple minutes ago we were in space and now we are coming back to the ground. We're now approaching some services that's closer to your everyday life and are probably going to influence your life kind of in short term significantly. Now you can see with full of people. They're definitely demonstrating something. And let's try to get a closer look at what happened. Remember, closer look. That is the key here. 抱歉。谢谢. So if our cameraman can get a closer look at this first. What is it?
It's a quail egg. It is smaller than the original, the normal eggs, but it's performing like really delicate surgeries on the eggs. And you can see that it is taking the shell out one by one piece by one piece.
So now we like to try this. We like to try this. But
I will volunteer.
Great.
Okay.
您可以指导他一下怎么使用这个仪器吗 ？Okay. So we like to try this first before we review what exactly is happening here and what is it used for.
Okay, so this is my first time doing this, and I have to put my fingers, thumb and the finger.
You probably
inside.
You probably have already guessed out. This is a robotic arm, and it's removing
like this
eggshell from egg without damaging the tiny layer
I'll try this part.
of film beneath it. So now if we can move a little bit to see the event that's actually happening while my colleague is performing, is operating that. Actually, she is operating on the egg here.
Okay.
Whatever movement, tiny movement, we need to keep a distance. We need to keep a distance away from it so that we will not kind of interfere with the tiny movement of the robotic arms. So smart as you are, you must find out the purpose of this machine.
Okay.
Yes, it's for surgery operation. Because it's so tiny, the movement is so tiny, but in the meantime, it has to be extremely accurate to remove the part without damaging the healthy part of a patient's body. So basically, my colleague Wei Zi is operating over there. And imagine the patient is lying here.
Okay.
And this type of surgery will leave the wound or the scar on the human body as minimum as possible. So now let's see it from the screen a little bit. How does it feel? How does it feel?
Well, I have not been to the doctor's school and I'm not expert at this. But okay, I'll try one more time.
Let's give it another try before we move on.
Okay.
It's really addictive. You sure you do have the talent to be in a medical school?
I'll try my best to perform this surgery first.
Is it hard?
It is absolutely, yes. One small piece is out. Did you get it? Okay. Yes, one small piece is out on the left
I'll just
side.
have a quick word with it. Well, you keep trying and you can keep.
Sure.
Just a few words with a technician behind the design. Just a few questions， 这是几个简单的问题。将来可以用在哪些场景里？
我们这个的话可以运用于泌尿外科、妇科、骨外科以及即将开展的胸外科。
主要是用于外科手术，对不对？
是的。
它能解决哪一些问题？以前的传统手术不能够完全解决的。
像我们这个的话，可以做一些前列腺癌的根治术啊，因为它这个有一些术式可能时长比较长，然后医生他的这个操作他需要一直站立，可能这个时间呀或者他的体力是一种消耗。
这个是不是我们常规理解的微创手术的一种？
是的，我们这个仅需要一个2.5到4厘米的孔洞就可以完成一些4级难度的手术。
一个医生他需要培训多久才能够使用这个机器？
我们这个大概3个月到6个月之间
的培训就可以。对，但他首先必须要有一个医疗的这个。
对，他肯定需要有这个医学背景，需要有一定的经验。
好的，谢谢。So basically, let me translate a little bit. In order to use this, you need to be first go to a medical school.
Okay. Yeah. First things first.
Yeah. After training, then you need to train for this for another half a year, and then you can use this machine, these robotic arms, to perform certain surgeries. I'm not quite sure my medical vocabulary can cover all those professional terms, but basically you can use this robotic arm for certain cancer, to remove a certain cancer, but for the moment not all of them, because I think it has to be designed according to the body parts to adapt itself, its movement, the robotics movement inside a patient's bodies. Yeah. I think that's why for the moment you cannot have the robotics arm once for all. For the moment I think that's not possible yet, but because this place is full of wonders, I mean, who knows what's going to happen next
But
year.
It's already a big
technology, yes.
Advancement.
Yeah, the technician just told me that it only leaves a scar or mark on the skin about 2 to 4 cell meters. I mean,
wow.
I think that is a
very
tiny one. And you know that the smaller the scar is, the quicker you heal.
Yes.
Okay. So now, what is our next stop?
Our next stop, we're going to take you to the Country of Honor, UK, and they're having the biggest ever exhibition this year. And let me take you over here to the Great Britain's pavilion here. Okay, so this is the Tower Bridge over here. So for most of you have seen the pictures of London, or you've been to the country before, you must have seen this. This is the Tower Bridge, the most iconic signature for UK. And this is actually made by recyclable materials. Okay, so...
I remember I saw the real thing in London, but I never got this closer.
All right. Okay. Yeah, and this can actually lift up. They have a lifting up ceremony at the first day of the beginning.
Too bad that we do have a boat with us or a ship with us. Otherwise, we could ask them to lift it up just for us. But no worries. We're going to show something else inside this pavilion.
And we next have Beatles.
I think we're going to probably show you, if you're a music fan, probably one of the most iconic bands in the world.
Yes.
And now let's find an angle for the camera to reveal the mystery.
So the
Beatles.
So the UK Pavilion absolutely brings the Abbey Road to Beijing, and this is where the famous cover photo is shot. You have and you can also take a picture of yourself in here.
So I'll try to recreate it, but I'm
show you the pose. Ding will show you the pose.
I think that's why I'm not an artist.
You should go. I can do it with you, so we can.
Do you think they took that photo while they were moving, or actually they posed for it?
Okay, it's so difficult to hold like this.
Yeah, maybe this is moving a little bit.
Yes, like this.
Yeah. So
okay.
I guess the point of the government of the UK would like to show you Beatles is because it's a cultural icon of the 1960s.
Yeah.
But I think I have another interpretation of this this culture phenomenon, we could say, back in the 1970s and 1960s. I think Beatles is also a music phenomenon that had its glory because of the new technology, which back then was television.
Oh, all right. I didn't know that.
Because I think the Beatles live gig was one of the very first events televised globally.
Okay.
And then that's when the transmission of the television signals was going to cover all over the world, and
wow.
that's partially contributed to the fame of the Beatles. I'm not saying that the Beatles would not be a huge culture phenomenon without television. I'm just saying that the television definitely helped with it. So I guess that
technology is absolutely shaping every part of our lives, and it is changing so quickly. And next, we will be taking you to the AR and XR exhibition, which is performed by a British company.
You know, when we talked about cultural icon, remember this is a country pavilion, and different countries only bring here the pride, the crown jewel, the thing that they're the most proud about here. And one of that for the UK, for the guest country of honor here, is the football.
Okay. Yes.
No matter what you like to say about the British men's football, the women's football definitely achieved something really, really big over the past few years. So let's see the combination of football with the high technology, what's going to be created off that. So, hi man.
We do have a person to speak with who is, yes, right over here.
I did.
We did a bit of chat about his company, about your product. Can you introduce yourself to citizens, global audiences? What do you do, what your firm does, and what your product can achieve?
Yes. So my name is Dante Crawford. I am the head of sporting operations at a company called Rezel. We're a company from Manchester, UK, in the United Kingdom. And ultimately, we work with VR, AR solutions to help players be able to make better decisions on the pitch. So we work across a number of different sports, ranging from football all the way through to basketball. And the VR and AR, as mentioned, can be used to help players make better decisions, and it can also be used to work with analysis, as you can now look to step onto the pitch and see a point of view of the player. But then not only that, you can have fun and ultimately enjoy time.
So does it get to help with coaches or with athletes, with players?
Both. We want to be able to work with the players first and foremost. As we see sport now, athletes are becoming faster, stronger, and those things are easy to measure. But what's difficult to measure is how well a player can think, how quick a player can think. And through VR and us being able to recreate controlled environments, it gives us the option to be able to do that. Now with coaches, it gives them the ability now to see what the player's seeing in real time.
Can you demonstrate a little bit of your set?
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's have a look.
Let's get this to go. Let's see what we've got.
So where are we supposed to be looking at?
So, as I put the headset on, you'll see just in a moment that this will load through.
Yeah.
So, at the moment,
Wow.
I am in the loading screen.
So I suppose that what you are seeing that we can also see on this screen here.
Yes.
Where
there we
is
go.
us?
So, I'm going to play around with this, make sure it's working right. I am just going to go through here, reset.
And now the green carpet is, I think it's meant to be a football pitch.
Yes.
Just remember, man, keep it cool and be careful with what we're saying because Chinese people really love football. And for the moment, I don't think our football team is the best in the world.
It's the best in the world. So what I'm going to do now is just put on my virtual boots. So they will go over my feet.
That's going to measure the movements of the players.
Yes, that's going to measure the movements of my feet so that when I hit the ball, you'll see exactly how my foot moves. Okay, boots are on.
So are we supposed to point our camera on the screen or on you?
You can put it onto the screen. What I'm going to do now is kickstart the program. So we control it all just through an iPad. I then select my profile, create a session. That's going to load in.
Do you need me as a goalkeeper?
It should be okay.
Okay, cool.
Look at the screen. All I'll need is space.
I'm not interfering, standing here, right?
Should be okay. Hopefully.
Don't hurt me. Let's kick it.
So now you can see my boots.
Yeah.
And now I'm on the pitch.
Oh,
Okay?
wow.
So I'm all around. Nice sunny sky.
Is that Trafford?
That is the Etihad Stadium. It's Manchester City. So you can see the city blue all around Manchester where we're from. Okay.
You're a City fan or a United fan?
I'm an United fan.
Thank God I didn't say anything stupid.
I missed.
You missed it. Exactly like a Man United would do.
There you go. I'm missing what you're saying.
I didn't get the gist, but can I ask you a simple question?
Yes.
Because if
It's a goal.
If you want to kind of tailor it to measure the performance of the players, and it's supposed to be measured against something. What is that something?
So what we look to do is we look to measure against baselines. So the player will go into a test.
Yeah.
We have a series of exercises.
Okay.
The player will then get a set of scores. Those players then will then go into a database that is usually their team, and then the players will then go for another test. So then in 6 weeks, for example, from the original test, the players will work on what they need to work on, their improvements, their decision making, their awareness, their scanning, their processing skills, and then they'll go back in. And it's designed to make the player think, it's designed to make the player know where their weaknesses are.
But do you think they need to kind of gather the data first from all the top players in the world in order to kind of formulate a measurement database?
Well, the beauty of our database is that every single player that we put into the system is in that one database. Obviously, you may not be able to know exactly who that player is, but you'll be able to see a list of top players and the players that are probably at a professional or an amateur level. The benefit of that is, dependent on what your kind of ability is, you can be someone that wants to try football for the first time, and you can try it, and you can ultimately straight away see the top player. Now, we've put through this system the likes of Thierry Henry, Cesc Fabregas, Michael Antonio. So when you see their scores, they're going to be at the top. So when you're trying that, you're trying to compete against the top.
Yeah, we would love to see the Chinese men's national football team compete with Manchester United. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Matt.
That's a pleasure.
That's an interesting demonstration.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, glad to see that there's one glimpse of a hope for that football team. Maybe one day they can use this to train themselves.
Okay.
So what is our next stop?
So the next stop we have the Korean pavilion right over here.
Because now you are following CGTN's live stream inside the China National Convention Center, and we are covering the event of
CIFTIS, China International Fair for Training Services.
Great, and now we are going to show you some culture sectors, because that is the most conventional and traditional sectors within the huge field of services. And we know that recently the K-pop and South Korean culture products have been ridiculously popular around the world, and now we're going to see what they have for us. Hi. Apparently now it's time to dress up.
So now we are going to try the traditional clothes, and I think this is
what
my favorite part.
Oh, 我也有。
Oh, okay. This is going to be really quick, so bear with us.
What you should bear in mind, and this is an international event, it's all about globalization. And something that is a traditional, if it's a traditional valuable treasure, it can also find a way to be a global phenomenon. And I believe that this is the idea that here in the South Korean, they're trying to tell us this story, like from a tradition to popular culture. And I think by doing the popularization and modernization, you can do both preserving traditions and also you can kind of catch up with the global trends. How do you feel now?
I think this is looking very beautiful, and we are both wearing pink today.
I remember when I was small, I watched a Korean TV drama, and there were some actresses and actors dressing like this.
Yeah.
And that just feel not that unfamiliar, actually.
Yes, because there are so many Korean dramas and also the K-pop cultures. This is also something we are accustomed with when we were younger.
And I believe we just have a very quick tour around this pavilion.
Okay.
I mean, that's going to tell you...
Can I wear this like for the rest of my life?
Well, maybe the rest of this live stream. Maybe.
In here, okay.
So basically, this is the place that shows you the purpose of this fair. It's called a fair. So all the producers and all the business people, the suppliers, the services, for example, the goods like this, they're going to come here to China. They're going to find interested parties. And in the meantime, they're going to see the reactions from the general visitors, from the general public in China, and you see if they are interested. If they are, well, we're in business.
And China is absolutely a really big market. We have 1.4 billion people, and if the items are really popular in here, they can absolutely do really good business with us.
I mean, that's true, that's true. Because now we're on time, so we have to unfortunately take off this clothes. She just told me that I can wear it to the wedding, but probably not my wedding.
To the weddings and for many special occasions like celebrations and holidays. And the next stop we are going to Malaysia.
Yeah, now you just mentioned that China has 1.4 billion people, and now that the COVID pandemic has been declared over, and imagine that even 10th of that number of people decide to go on holiday to a place, that would be huge.
And actually, the traveling service has become the most quickly developing business in the past year, from 2022 to 2023.
Yeah, that's why this is our last stop, but not the last stop of this live event. We're here, and we're going to show you our friend from Malaysia.
We do have a friend in here, and she will tell us about their traditional costumes and more about Malaysia.
Yeah, and the reason that we want to end this section at tourism is because I think tourism represents the most globalized industry. I mean, there's no way that you're going to spend your holiday every day within the same city, and it would be fun to travel to a different area that has a culture completely different from yours.
Absolutely.
So maybe we can demonstrate some of that culture, can we?
Right, move right over here. 我们采访一下你。
We just need to wait a little bit because some of the traditional costumes that are demonstrated here will take a little time to put on. But the reason that we choose Malaysia is because it's first, one of the ASEAN countries is a close partner to China. And second, the ASEAN meeting will take place this week in a few days. And also, Malaysia is part of China's as a partner of China's Belt and Road Initiative, which we are celebrating its 10th anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah, so for all those reasons, and also the interesting costume.
The costume is looking
It's
so
okay.
beautiful.
I think this would be enough for our camera. Wow.
Wow.
Hi.
Hello. Say hi to the camera.
To the camera, please.
Hello.
Now I need to, well, and enjoying this
There's
view.
more lighting here. More lighting here.
Now I'm gonna find some tour guide to explain to us the meaning, the significance of the costume. 你好，你好。
你好。
这个是我们沙拉越的原住民。OK， 好。
来，
可以吗？
可以可以。
可以讲吗 ？OK。好，所以这个是我们沙拉越的原住民，因为沙拉越其实是马来西亚最大的州，它是位于西马是位于东马，然后它是在婆罗洲岛上，所以现在我们展示的这个是肯雅族，他戴的就是我们肯雅族象征性的这个帽子，然后跟这些珠串，这些都是很就是比较。
这是首领穿的衣服吗？
算是首领，对。
OK， 我需要给我们的观众翻译一下。
首领。
我来翻译一下。So basically, this is a traditional wearing in Sarawak, Sarawak, and that's a province. 是个省，对不对？是个州。
The largest state of
The largest state of Malaysia, and this is the traditional costumes. 它有什么样的寓意呢？我来就好。
OK， 好，它这个其实是我们早期其实，在沙拉越，我们的原住民像肯雅族达尤族他们曾经是猎头族。They were headhunter before, but now no more. They are no longer headhunter. They are very friendly. So we welcome the Chinese people come to Sarawak and discover Sarawak.
Thank you very much. 所以他们原来是以狩猎为生。早期的时候是以狩猎为生。So in the earlier days, I probably it's very early, a couple of thousand years ago. Probably I need to check this. Yeah, they are hunters, but now they hostel a group that welcome not just the Chinese tourists, but of course that's what is today's event about. But of course, says hello to all the audiences of CGTN. 谢谢。
谢谢你们。
谢谢。
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that wraps us our segment of this live stream. But like I kind of constantly said during this live event, that don't go away. It's not over yet. This is a huge summit, huge event. You can see the vast space is populated with the different pavilions and people selling things that we, so far, this very moment, haven't seen yet. So you certainly don't want to miss out either. So stay tuned to CGTN to find us on our social media accounts and to continue with us to enjoy the view in Beijing, in China, of the world. Thank you with us. Thank you.
Stay tuned.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. We are now doing a special live stream on CGTN. Welcome. And
hi
as
guys.
you can see, we are inside of the venue, actually on the other side, because you have just seen my colleague taking you to the Malaysian venue. And now we're on the other side. This is Min Rui speaking here, and my colleague.
Guys, hi, my name is Konstantin Shepin. I'm from CGTN Russian service. So we keep on browsing. We continue browsing through the national pavilions at CIFTIS. I would like to remind that there are more than 50 countries of the world being presented at CIFTIS, each with its unique history, unique culture, unique products and services. So browsing through these pavilions is like, going on the world tour without actually living Beijing.
Yes.
A lot of fun. So what will we have here?
We're now standing in front of the Iranian pavilion actually, and they're showcasing a lot of their artifacts over here. And luckily we've got the chance actually to grab the commercial counselor actually from the Iranian embassy. Hello.
Hello.
Would you like to introduce yourself to our audiences, please?
So welcome.
You can hold the microphone.
Okay,
please.
thank you so much. Thank you. So welcome. First of all, thank you so much for providing this opportunity to introduce Iran
Thank you for
pavilion.
joining us.
First of all, I would like to introduce Iran National Pavilion from BRI point of view. As you know, as a sincere partner, On ancient Silk Road, Iran supports and actively participates in Belt and Road
Yes,
Initiative.
it is. Yes.
And in this year's edition of CIFTIS, as the 10th anniversary of Belt and Road Initiative, we tried to launch Iran National Pavilion on one of the biggest platforms online in China. And we are trying to promote Iranian products through online channel. And to start, we introduce our product.
Yes, actually, I have my eyes on these beautiful artifacts over here. Could you please introduce these for us, please?
Sure. Actually, this is a handicraft which is called turquoise handicraft. In Persian, we called it firuze.
Firuze.
And firuze in Persian means victory.
Victory.
Yeah, and Iran is one of the richest resource mining in turquoise, and it backs to 6,000 years ago. In Iranian culture, when you have turquoise in your home, it means you are facing with victory.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So is this this is actually your third year at the CIFTIS, right?
Yeah, it is.
What is the difference from last year?
To be honest, CIFTIS is trying to promote high quality products to China, and it's getting better and better each year. And also we are trying to follow this policy from China. And
So-
here we have saffron.
Yes, other than the beautiful artifacts we've just seen, we've also have you're presenting, highlighting the saffrons over here.
Yeah.
I know that saffron is actually a popular hit among Chinese visitors. Actually, just
Exactly.
now we've witnessed like a dozen of people circling this booth.
Exactly. Let me introduce Persian spice to you. Iran and saffron.
Can I show this to the
I
camera
will show
first,
you.
please?
Yeah, I can show you. Iran and saffron are uniquely linked together. We are producing, actually Iran harvests around 90% of production world. Of saffron, 90%. And this is the most expensive spice in the world. And I would like to explain why this is the most expensive.
Okay.
Why this is most expensive. And you know, to have 1 kg saffron, you should have more than 150,000 flowers.
Wow.
And
So
look
you
here.
pick-
Look
okay.
here. This is the flower of saffron.
Okay.
And for 1 kg, you need more than 150,000.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why it's very
It
expensive.
is.
And it's very good for your health, for your skin, for your sightseeing,
Yes,
improve your
I've heard there
mood.
are many benefits for health-wise. And also I know that a lot of the Chinese consumers actually drink saffron for special reasons, and especially when they are going to be on highland. So saffron is actually one of the highlights you're showcasing here, right?
Yeah.
How about the rest? Can I introduce these to our audiences, please?
Yeah, this is enameling handicraft, which is called in Persian Minakari. Minakari.
What does that mean? in
Mina
English?
means blue sky.
Blue sky, that's
and
beautiful.
also it's related to Minu, and Minu in Persian means heaven.
Even, oh.
When you look at this handicraft, it is forward you to eternity.
Oh, so the
So when you look at
mesmerizing
this
pattern
one, it means
actually.
comes from sky.
So it's not just a piece of pottery, it represents a very deep philosophy.
Exactly.
Quite interesting, amazing.
Exactly.
Wow,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay,
My
thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you so much for introducing
Yes.
the expo. Seeing Saffron
Thank
over
you.
there is indeed great. I want to tell it's
Thank you, Mr.
especially.
Adeli.
Thank
See
you.
you later.
Thank you so much. Bye bye. You know, as about Saffron, I've heard it's especially popular amongst Chinese girls.
Yes.
My wife personally, you know, buys it in quite a huge amounts. And yeah, is it good? It's good for skin. I think it's all in all good for womanly health, right?
I think it has other health benefits, but
Right.
I'm not sure. I have to do my research deeper
All right, all
to
right.
speak on that.
All right, well,
this year,
next
CIFTIS
thing-
actually showcasing a lot of the products and actually a lot of the services products here.
Indeed.
One of the highlights for Georgia, as we walk into the Georgian pavilion here, they're actually promoting tourism and also
And
their
the
wine.
And he's our good
Hi.
friend George from Georgia.
George.
We can see that the main topic this time is Georgia, the cradle of wine. Indeed, we can see a lot of amazing wines over here. For example, the well-known pottery wine of Georgia. It looks amazing, it tastes amazing, but George here, he gave me a little life hack. He said that basically the pottery is good for serving the wine, but not for keeping it for a long time. If you talk about keeping it for a long time, well, of course...
George, I've heard, the wine history
Hello.
in Georgia actually have
Hello.
like more than 8,000 years, is that correct?
Yeah. Georgia has 8,000 years old history making wine. And Georgian wine is a world famous wine because we are motherland of wine.
And in your hand, you're holding a pottery pot, jar of wine.
Yeah.
And what's the history of that?
Long time ago, just many people starting to keep everything in a pottery. And they also keep grape in a pottery. After 1 week, this grape start fermentation. After that, they see it smells something special. When they drink, they get drunk and they say, wow, it's something happy juice. After that, everyone need make happy juice. After slowly just go this way to happy juice, get wine.
And I also see Constantine is holding another interesting bottle.
Yeah. This is how Georgia is branding its wine on the international market with the help of Comrade Stalin,
Stalin
which is
is
one of the
most
known.
from the
Comrade
from
Stalin
Georgia, right?
is Georgian. He's a Soviet man, but he belongs to the land of Georgia. So I think branding the wine with Mr. Stalin is actually amazing thing, right? So. Okay,
Thank you very much,
Thank
Georgia.
you. Thank
Can
you.
I introduce your costume of today? Because I see you are wearing like really interesting from your nation, right? Could you introduce a little bit for us?
18th century, just many people, just rich people, government people use something special clothes for events. And today it's a real event because we promote Georgian wine culture here, and today it's a really something special time for us, and because I will use these clothes.
My research actually tells me that Georgia has 4 million population, but actually the visitation of Georgia last year reached, before the COVID actually reached 9 million. That's almost like more than double the size of its own population. So here seeing you wearing your national clothing, promoting the culture and also the wine culture here, actually giving me a very good insight of what the culture is and making me really want to go visit Georgia one day.
Okay, welcome really, because in Georgia Georgian people we say, if you need to taste really Georgian wine, even you need to go where we making wine, because in this place, before we just bottling wine, it's something special. After bottling wine, little bit changing, because best taste is in Georgia, in winery to taste.
It's not just wine, it's not just amazing national costume, it's also dancing like this.
Yeah.
Very world famous Georgian dances.
Could you show that to us? Maybe a few steps, please.
Just for a second. How is it done? Yeah.
Take the
like
show,
this.
gentlemen.
Pretty much, yeah, world famous. So come to Georgia, have some wine, enjoy the dancing. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you so
thanks
much,
so much.
George. And we will.
Welcome to Georgia.
Thank you so much. Minzui, actually, Georgia is very famous not just for its wine, but also for its tea. The tea seeds was imported to Georgia from China, to be exact, from the province of Anhui,
Yes, I've heard that story.
in the late 19th century.
Yes.
But since then, right now, Georgian tea is nothing like the tea back in Anhui. Why? Because the soil is different, the climate is different, all the situation is very different. So now the Georgian tea is being very famous for its very, very strong aroma and taste, and that's why it's called gunpowder tea in Russia.
And also still today there are people still calling them Chinese tea in the country because it originated from China. I find it quite interesting. It's like a sea of different cultures mixed together and with their trade services as well. So just to let you know, because we're live streaming and we can see your comments real time on my phone here, and I can see your comments, and please say hi to us and also leave your comments and questions and interact with us. So we're now walking, into the Azerbaijan pavilion right now.
Pavilion. Where basically, we have a lot of former Soviet republics represented at the current CIFTIS. Azerbaijan is one of them. This time, Azerbaijan is being presented on a very high level. It's governmental representation right now, and they brought not only services, they brought a lot of investment projects in the sphere of services. Say there are tons of projects in the spheres like building the new transportation hubs back in Azerbaijan, building the new health resorts, building the new hot springs resorts, building new wineries, etc., etc. Tons of different investment projects. Of course, there's wine again, and a very world-famous one, I think, pomegranate juice from Azerbaijan.
Juice.
Why it's especially good in Azerbaijan is because it's really, really very rich, probably because of its climate. I don't know, in Azerbaijan.
Maybe we should try it first.
Okay, why not? Sure.
可以给我们尝一下吗？谢谢。
Yeah, as we're waiting for it, here is basically a very, very that thick list of the investment project in the Azerbaijan. This during the CIFTIS, there basically was a separate talks on the investment cooperation and a separate representative house of Azerbaijan was opened up in Beijing. So there is an obvious very high interest from the Chinese side. The talks are ongoing right now. Actually, we were about to interview the Minister of Economy of Azerbaijan during our live show, but unfortunately he got to be overly busy. Chinese side just keeps on talking to him, so the interest is high.
Yes, and actually we arranged another guest to talk about the bilateral trade and services.
Hello.
Hello, could you introduce yourself first?
可以中文那个。
可以的。
您是让我简单
对介绍一下，就是咱们这个现在目前这个展览办的情况，然后以及您在这边展示的这些产品。
OK， 我们今天我们这个是阿塞拜疆国家品牌馆的展位，所有展示的这些产品都是原名原装，来自于阿塞拜疆，所有的这些产品都是我们公司原瓶原装进口过来的，而且这样的场馆我们在线下在中国的各个城市已经落地了8家，北京的这一家昨天刚刚开业。
Okay, let me give our audiences a quick introduction about what you just said. So all these products showcasing here are all their national highlights, and they're all originally imported from Azerbaijan. And apart from this exhibition area, there are actually 8 other exhibition places across China showcasing the Azerbaijan products. So this is actually very interesting for me. 除了北京之外，还有哪些省市？
成都、重庆、成都、张家界、连云港、青岛、济南、南京。
Okay. All these cities you've just mentioned all have the Azerbaijan products on display in their exhibition areas. So this is one of the new things we've learned today.
Yeah. And it's not just a one-time activity. I was talking to the guys from Azerbaijan. They will be present at every single event during this hot season of the exhibitions. I would like to remind that soon we're going to have a Belt and Road Forum in October. Then November we're going to have an import expo in Shanghai. Every single platform Azerbaijan is over there. So cheers for Azerbaijan. That is that is a very famous pomegranate juice. So cheers for that. Look at the color, how rich it is, right? I love it. I love it.
The sour taste is quite pungent.
Refreshing, which is very important during the Beijing heat. Very refreshing, right?
Also, after we've chatted so much about the national pavilions of other countries, I really want to show you the Shandong Pavilion. Not only the national pavilions are on display here at this year's CIFTIS, there are two provinces from China are
no, it's not just two. It's a lot.
Guest of honor, actually.
Yeah.
There are other provinces on display, but not here. This area showcasing the guest of honor provinces, which is Shandong and Guizhou. So first of all, let's take a look at their products over here, what they have on display in Shandong province. What is your relation with Shandong province? I'm curious. Have you been there before?
Yeah, it's Shandong province is deep in my heart. My wife is actually a girl from Shandong. Yeah. So I know quite a lot. I can talk for hours about Shandong non-stop. It's a beautiful place with a very rich culture. It is believed to be one of the cradles of the Chinese civilization. So it gave the world such great persons as, say, Confucius, etc., etc. So there's a lot to talk about culture. There's a lot to talk, for example, about porcelain.
The porcelain here are actually catching my eyes. They're really beautiful.
Exactly. The porcelain is very, very eye-catching, and looking at these precious products, you can't help but think also about Shandongese cuisine, which is one of the 4 major cuisine schools in China. Basically, Shandong cuisine gave birth to the imperial cuisine and to the Beijing cuisine as we know it right now. Why? Because late in Qing dynasty, almost 90% of the cooks in Beijing, they were from Shandong. So they were basically, forming the Beijing cuisine as we know it as well. If we speak about the famous dishes, I don't know, we can mention, for example, mu xu zhou. As we know, this world famous dish is actually as old as Confucius himself. They said that it was on the table of Confucius himself. Also, a lot of other provincial dishes, they actually originated in Shandong. For example, the famous Gumbao Jilin. It's considered to be the representative of Sichuan cuisine, but in fact, if you look at the history books, it was actually invented in Shandong province as well, and then only later brought to.
I'm thinking after reading the introduction over here, there's a theme for the porcelains. Actually, they're made for the Confucius theme.
Oh.
Confucius actually was born in the Shandong province.
Yeah,
right?
we mentioned that. Yes,
and,
exactly.
So this set of porcelain is dedicated to him.
To Confucius
from
himself.
The style of
All right. So as we were saying, the Shandong province is very, very rich in its culture. But today it's not just the cultural center of China, it's also a powerhouse of China, right?
Yes.
Let's see the projects that they are presented over there.
Before we go over there, I want to show you one more thing. Actually, recently,
since we're talking about Shandongese food. All right.
One of the trendy stuff actually these days in China is the Shandong style barbecue,
Exactly.
the style barbecue.
Yeah.
And actually these are glazed products made by glass.
Yeah.
So this artifact actually is
Yeah.
showing the barbecue they are
Yeah.
offering with a
How it's
like
made,
a,
it's
with a
like
pancake
yeah.
wrapping the
barbecued pork wrapped in a
The green
pancake
onion.
with a piece of leek, which is
Yes.
very important. It gives the very refreshing taste, and of course, tons of different sauces for your choice. Right now, it's one of the most. My saliva is killing me.
and it has a full
Right,
plate of
one of the
rice
most
over here.
famous dishes in modern China.
Yes. What a fusion of art.
All right, but back to our story about what Shandong is. It's not just great cuisine, not just great dishes, not just an ancient history. As I said, it's also a current modern powerhouse of China. So among the projects, industrial projects showcased over here is this huge sea platform for oil and gas projects. And actually Shandong does not just produce it for local consumption. These platforms, the heavy machinery for gas and oil projects are being exported worldwide. I just want to give you an example. It was in the port of Qingdao
Yes.
in Shandong that a lot of heavy machinery for Russian far north LNG projects were constructed and then
LNG
exported
means
from
liquid
Qingdao.
natural gas, right? Liquid natural
yes,
gas. So
liquefied natural gas. So just this proves that yes, Shandong is not only cultural but also an very important economic center of China.
wow. Because it's a coastal province, so the marine economy is really kicking in for
Yes,
Shandong.
yes, and
That's
the sea cucumbers of Shandong are considered to be
fantastic.
one of the world's best ones, right? Okay, next.
So
The
that
pro-
was the Shandong Pavilion we've just visited, and now we're entering to another guest of honor province, which is
The province of Guizhou,
Guizhou,
the
the
hometown
colorful
of the
Guizhou.
famous Maotai liquor. You know, guys, well, Maotai is actually world famous. I think everybody knows about that or heard about that. Today, it's globally
It is.
the most expensive liquor brand. Its annual income is bigger than the GDP of some Asian nations. It's actually huge, and it's getting innovative. It doesn't
Because,
just produce
that's what I want to
Right.
tell you about it, because nowadays a lot of the older generations they are the heavy consumer of the multi-liquor.
Yeah.
But for young people like those who were born after the 90s,
Yeah.
they are not very familiar with the taste. So the company actually is now trying new things to bring in the new customers, the younger generation.
Actually, they're getting very innovative. They're going online. There's a special app for buying
Yes.
Maotai right now.
And-
It's called iMaotai. And
here
of course,
they are
there's a new,
actually
very
having-
interesting product. The
Yes.
new product
Oh.
is getting overly popular. We can show it to you. It
It's sold out already.
already
It was
sold
so
out.
popular.
Unfortunately, we're well late. Everything is sold out.
So they actually use these liquor to make
ice cream. It's
Yes.
Maotai ice cream. But again, unfortunately, it got so overly popular that it sold out. What Guizhou province is also known for is the FAST telescope.
The FAST model on display here. FAST is actually a very popular tourist site currently during the summer vacation, especially for these parents, especially for them to bring their kids to have a look at the latest technological developments. So I've known that friends of mine actually visited the FAST, and they have
that's fascinating.
actually have had a visit over there. Not only going to the deep mountainous area to
Alright.
just see the natural landscape, but also there to see the recent developments. I'm very curious about.
I would like to remind that nowadays the FAST telescope is the world's biggest radio telescope, and yes, it does hunt for alien life forms. So it's quite an interesting project indeed. What else do we have here? Intangible cultural heritage. Very important part of the culture of the Guizhou province.
So they are showcasing a lot of the silver artifacts over here, bracelets and rings.
Actually, Guizhou, I want to.
My eyes already.
Yeah. I want to say something. Guizhou province is a home province for a lot of ethnic minorities, a lot of ethnicities, but the most prominent and recognizable one is indeed the Miao ethnicity. Miao ethnicity is especially famous for their silverware, all types of silverware, like these ones, mostly for amazing thing for girlies, right?
I think the engraving style is quite interesting because the swallow on it actually means prosperity. And the blossom here also is a good signature, right?
Yeah, exactly. And this kind of silverware, it looks amazing on the local.
They do look amazing over here.
Local girls, it's the world famous hats.
Really heavy silver hair pieces.
That big and made of silver with the horns.
And also on display here is their embroideries, and this particularly piece is actually very cute.
All right. So indeed, as we see, it's not just national pavilions. It's a lot of very interesting pavilions of China, Chinese provinces. It's not only Chinese mainland. Over there, we've got the pavilion of the province of Taiwan, etc., etc.
So again, it's like a world of cultures on display here.
Exactly. And basically, the most amazing thing is everyone is getting a souvenir here.
Definitely. I see a lot of the grannies even, they came here and they get their toes filled.
Yeah, special huge bags for the souvenirs. So, guys, CIFTIS is fun. You should come if you have a chance. Come see or watch our shows live. We have more to tell about CIFTIS.
Thank you very much for watching us. Our colleagues from the other side of this venue will show you more about this year's CIFTIS.
Right. Thank you.
Stay tuned.
Bye-bye.
I'm Yasmin from CGT in Arabic.
Hola a todos, I am Wenxian from CGT in Spanish, and we are here today to present to all of you guys this exhibition is holding here at the China National Convention Center as part of the CIFTIS.
As an Arabic channel journalist, I'm so happy to see that in this fair, a lot of Arab countries has joined this fair. We can see here is Sudan, and here Jordan, and later we can see there is Emirates, and a lot of other Arab countries. Wenxian, I want to ask you, have you ever been traveled to Jordan before?
Actually, no. But I have great interest in visiting this country. Let's just get in and see what they are promoting here. Hi, 你好, hello. So she's with us. She's our guest here, and her name is
Eileen Zhang.
Okay, so we're just asking her about. So recently, in this event of CIFTIS, has been some visitors or companies have come here to ask about the tourism to Jordan. Sorry.
Yes, there are many local citizens are interested in Jordan, and some of them they've been to Jordan before, and some of them they have highly interest, would like to travel to Jordan in the future. Yeah.
Talking about Jordan, I have to say there is a beautiful lady, Rania, the Queen of Rania. I have to say everyone who learns Arabic, we all know this beautiful lady. She is so famous. And talking about Jordan, we know Jordan has a lot of tourists place like Petra, right? And the Dead Sea and some other things. So I want to ask you, is this your first time to participate in this fair?
I attend the second time. Last year we were in Shougang Park. Yes, we were in Shougang Park last year, and this year we attend here. Yeah, in the convention center.
So
yeah.
for you, what is the difference between last time and this time?
I think this year is more business orientated. Last year is more leisure. Yeah, there's more local citizens when there, but here it seems more professional business people here. Yeah.
People as we have never been to Jordan before, and we are really interested to know if there is any destination that you may recommend to us to visit here someday.
Yeah, I think there are many famous destinations, like Petra is a must-see destination in Jordan, and I think people need to spend like 1 week times, 7 or 8 days in Jordan. They can go to the Dead Sea, floating there, and they can also go to the Wadi Rum. They must stay in the camp to experience the night star of Wadi Rums. And there is also many movies taken place in the Wadi Rums. It's very popular in the world. Yeah, and there are also like our hot spring. It's a hotel. It's a resort. Yeah, there's so many tourists from the world when they're for relax. Yeah.
Hearing this, I can't wait to travel to Jordan. And hopefully after this exhibition, after this fair, there will be more and more Chinese tourists to come to travel to Jordan in the future.
Actually, Eileen, have you ever been to Jordan before?
No, I've been twice to Jordan. I really enjoy there. Yes.
So what's most impressive to you?
I think the Petra, especially we have night Petra. Every week there is 3 nights. People has the opportunity to experience it during the night. So it's really very impressive. Yeah, and there is also a good news. Beijing and Amman, the capital of Jordan, we might have direct flight by the end of this year. So it's a good news for all the tourists who would like to travel to Jordan.
Okay, I have one last question.
Yeah.
Because Jordan is an Arabic country.
Yes.
So for me, I can speak Arabic.
Yeah.
I think they can, for sure, they can understand Arabic. But
Yes.
in China, a lot of people, they cannot speak Arabic.
Yeah.
So if they can speak English in Jordan, is that okay for them?
Yeah, I think English is, many people can speak English because it's a travel tourist country. So all the local people can speak and understand English. And there are some people, they come to China to study Chinese. So there are local Jordanians can speak Chinese. And there are also Chinese tour guides there. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's really impressive.
Can't wait to travel to Jordan.
At least also represents the same destination of the Jordan, right?
Yes. Okay,
That's
thank
really
you.
good. Thank you, Elaine. Thank
Have
you.
a nice day.
Let's go. Let's
Lucy, I
get
want to ask
moving
you,
on.
Jordan,
Yes.
how to speak Jordan in Spanish?
In Spanish,
Yeah.
we say Jordania.
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 Wow. Do you know Jordan in Arabic? Urdu.
Urdu.
Yeah, Urdu. It's totally different
Yes,
from
totally
what
different.
you heard in English, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so later I think we are now going to the Pakistan. This year I know something from the news that this year more than 80 countries and world organizations have
The regions
participated
also.
in this fair.
Yes.
So I'm pretty sure everyone can see here a lot of countries, not only Arab countries and not only some
Spanish countries.
Yeah, and
But also countries from other continentals.
yeah. So now we are going to the Pakistan. We are going to see what is inside. Let's go.
We can see in this stand, there's so many bling things, right? They have bracelets, necklace, and finger rings here. There, we can see here. Now, actually, these stainless stuffs are very attractive to the consumer here. They are really beautiful. Yes, and you can see that they are just okay. 好，
你好，
嗨，
了解您。 我们可以邀请您加入我们的直播吗？
You can speak English?
Yeah, we can. So I want to ask you, is this your first time to come to the fair?
This is our third time we are participating in CIFTIS. Last year we also was participated in this exhibition and we decorated our same product. We bring this jet from Pakistan. We also have some raw material of which is from Pakistan, and some of goods in our material we are producing for special Chinese culture, according to Chinese culture. Just like this one we call is Rui Renshan in Chinese. Rui Renshan. This one is Bai Chai.
Bai Chai.
For good luck. Yeah. And some things we make in our country, just like this kind of flower pots we made in our country, and this kind of thing we made for special Chinese people.
So you mean all these stones, all these trees are from your country?
Yes, all these stones come from my country.
And the factory is also in your country?
Most of things we made in our country. I just told you like this kind of thing because this is Chinese culture. So Chinese people know better than us. If they will produce these things, of course they can make according to the Chinese culture. So in our stones, some things we ask from some Chinese craft people, they can make for us, and most of things we made in our country, just like this flower vase, this can drink the tea, can use for chiffon. Yeah, so these things we made in our country.
And this one, I think
this is Chinese culture, chosen. We call it chosen,
yes. So I'm wondering, I'm pretty sure that a lot of people have been come to our Pakistan pavilion.
Yeah.
So which kind of jade they are pays more attention to? They are more
Actually, Chinese people like Chinese culture things. They, as compared to flower vase, they are interested to buy this kind of Rui Renshan. They want to buy this kinds of pin and call this like a Ilu pin and the yes. So they like their country's style people.
So for you, what is the difference between this year's fair and last year's fair?
Actually, not very big difference. Last year we also got some customer. With them we also did too much business. So this year we also hopeful next 2 days we get some good customer and we will do the business with them in future.
How did you sell this?
We are not concentrate on selling. If we are only selling this thing, we don't have too much stuff. We only bring some samples, we show to the customers, and then we try to get some order from them.
Yeah. They are bringing some items to show their items here. I think this is what our trade fair aim to attract more international companies to here to show what they have, to let more companies to have more cooperations in the future.
And actually, the products also has the presentation of the best wishes of our Chinese culture, such as this, one of Ilu Ping'an, which all one of best way of safest way, and also this one is for Jixiang Ruyi, right?
Yes.
It's also a wish for all the people to have a real life.
So beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So,
okay, let's go inside.
So from here, we're going to see another product of Pakistan, and it is quite famous here.
Wow.
Wow. They're really familiar, right? This one. Okay, with our camera, we're going to see here these products of cabinets. They are all from Pakistan, and actually we have been here before, and we'll talk to the responsible guy here, and he just talked to us about that. All of these products are 100% handmade, and besides, which piece of this stuff should be made for 3 months, right? 3 months?
Yeah.
7 months is 3%, right?
Yeah, this morning we have been to here and we talked with the staff here, and they said their factory is in Pakistan, and this is all handmade.
100% handmade, right?
Yeah.
That's really the value of all of these products.
Yes, and I have to say, Arab countries, every house, they have one to pray.
Really?
Yeah.
Is this expensive, you think?
I think, yes. I think every products in Arab countries are expensive.
Especially because of it's handmade, right?
Yeah, especially the
it requires a lot of fabrication. Hi. So, And we can see around here a lot of people passing by this exhibition hall, and they are just showing around these products here. And actually, we have been talking to the responsible guy up here, and actually he is quite occupied here. We can see with our camera, we can see many people have come in here and ask about the products, ask about the production, and this is why this event is so important, to attract people, attract companies, attract consumers to here, to get to know what products really have these companies, international or national of China, and also bring it to our clients from China and from foreign countries.
By the way, we are in the Pakistan pavilion. I have to say, a lot of people think Pakistan are Arab countries because their letters looks like the same.
But actually they're not.
Yes.
Okay.
And now I'd love to invite this person to join our live stream. Wow, these are so beautiful. Can you? I want to ask you, is this your first time to come to this fair?
It's my second time coming to Huawei.
Visit this.
So for you, what is the difference between this time and the last time?
This time, more crowd.
Yeah. Can you please do some introduction of these items?
Yeah, sure.
Show us.
I can show you this one. This is a Vesovionite, a gemstone name called Vesovionite, which is discovered in Pakistan recently, and it's very rare gemstone of green color, and we made it in 18-karat gold with diamonds.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, is there any person who purchased these items?
No, we are here only to display that we are a family business for more than 100 years, and we are looking for our partners in Beijing.
Oh. Yeah. So, do you have factory in China?
No, we don't have factory in China. So far, we have our manufacturing cutting center in Pakistan.
So, how is these days? Is there any other people to asking you some questions? Many people, because these items are so beautiful, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So, thank you for joining our live stream.
Which channel is live stream?
We are from CGTN.
CGTN.
Yes, we're going to introduce you guys again.
Hello, and hello everyone, and welcome to Pakistan.
Okay, so we're going to introduce to you guys again that we are now
Long live
here.
Pakistan-China friendship.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. So from this way, we're going to moving on our CGTN's live streaming of this exhibition hall in all of this China Convention Center, and here we can see there are so many other stands, pavilions, exhibition halls of other countries, of other products also. And besides, the next one we are going to is the one that you are really familiar with, right?
Yes, I have to say that last year is Emirates. Emirates is the honor country, the guest country
of the CIFTIS, right?
Yeah, and this year I'm so happy to see Emirates again here. And yesterday I'm also come to the Emirates Pavilion because yesterday they held a meeting to promote the cooperation between China and Emirates in business areas.
In business. Okay.
Yeah, so we can see here.
It's so important actually. Yeah. This is why this platform is so important as its function of the global reach.
This is their local companies, Surya. And this is their bank.
All of these are just is kind of a way to showcase what companies they have and what service they can offer, right, to the Chinese market and also the market of the world, right?
Yes, because we already know that Arab world is playing more and more important role in the world.
Actually,
last year we can see Qatar is holding the FIFA Cup, and I'm pretty sure that in the future there will be more and more cooperations between China and Arab countries.
Of course.
Yes. And Have you ever been to traveled to Arab countries?
Actually, no. Yeah, I do really want to do it. And there are so many other destinations that I really want to go beyond the country. But you know, we need time to explore the world and to understand the world in a better way. And I think this event here at CIFTIS really provide us with this opportunity to be able to recognize the other kind of culture, the other kind of products just within our living land, just within our country, and also it provides this companies and other countries the opportunity to introduce their products to the clients here.
By the way, if you want to travel to the Arab countries in the future, I suggest you to choose like Emirates Airlines and Etihad Airlines and Qatar Airlines. They are all 5-star airlines in the world, but you can try in the future.
Okay, I'll just follow you say. So today we also have a special guest with us, and he is our economic commander of CGTN Spanish.
Hello.
Luis Martin.
Hello, Wenxian.
Hello.
Hello
So
everybody.
He was here also in this event at CIFTIS last year, right?
Yes,
so
that's right.
could you share with us some observations that you have about the differences about this year and the last year event? Is there something that really interests you?
Yeah, of course. First, let me say that this is my second time in CIFTIS, and I hope it's not the last one because every time it's very, very interesting. There are a lot of things to do, a lot of things to experience, a lot of things to learn. So, about the things that is different from the last year, I would say maybe larger. Everything is larger.
Yeah, of course.
So first, because of when the restrictions of the pandemic are over, we have more visitors.
Yeah.
We have many more enterprises.
Yes.
More countries coming. Also, many more visitors in the show. Many more events. This morning we've been to some very important event with some diplomats and some entrepreneurs. And also, I would say that the internationalization of the fair has become larger and larger. Last year you would see many foreigners, many foreign companies, but this year you see more and more. And I think that's an interesting trend of China opening up.
And we can also see many interactions between the clients, the visitors with these stands, right?
Yes.
Just such as this one. This is also crowded with people, with visitors. They are just coming here and test this beautiful alpaca doors, right? They are very famous for the Latin American world, right?
Yes.
We can feel it, I think.
Very...
this is really cute.
Cute llama.
Llamas.
You can feel it's very smooth and very...
And in Spanish, how do we call it in Spanish? Alpaca. In English is alpacadors, right? And yes, here.
So here we're in the stand of Peru.
Yeah, we're in the
Peru
stand
is
of Peru.
a traditional guest of CIFTIS. They always come with their best products, like the llamas, the alpacas. Also they bring some pisco, the famous liquor, some yerba mate, and some other artisanal products. And
Hola, señor Shen. Hola, buenas tardes. Hola.
Mucho gusto, César. Hola.
Es que estamos, okay, so I'm going to speak a little bit in Spanish because this is our guest who can speak Spanish. And so estamos en un directo con nuestro canal de CGTN y también queríamos preguntar algo sobre sus productos, estos muñecos de alpaca, ¿no?
Claro.
¿Dónde han sido fabricados estos muñecos?
Todos estos peluches han sido fabricados en Perú. La fabricación organizada por las familias indígenas locales de Perú, sí.
So yeah, the products have been made in Peru, in the families of Peru, by the local families, and this is like a source of income for them.
Sí. Hasta ahora totalmente hemos trabajado con más de 50 familias.
Más de 50
indígenas allá en
So they have
Cusco,
cooperated with more than 50 artisanal families in Peru, which do you think ¿crees que les ha ayudado a mejorar su vida, ha aumentado el ingreso financiero para ellos?
Sí, claro, porque la mayoría de los familiares de esta familia dependen de esta fabricación de peluches.
Claro.
Ellos ganan dinero de esta forma. pero es mutuamente, ¿no? También estamos agradecidos por su trabajo,
Claro,
y
claro que
ellos
sí.
con este trabajo reciben un pago, ¿no? Para mantener su vida, para relajarse en su vida, ¿no?
Yeah. Actually, as the increasing orders of these alpaca dolls from Peru, the local people, local family has also have the increasement of their income, the financial income, which help them to living a better life, right? And also, we can ask him about how is this products have been receiving here in the Chinese market. Es que cómo piensan los clientes o los visitantes locales sobre estos muñecos de alpaca.
Sí, al principio creo que aunque es un animal fabricado en un país con tanta distancia, ¿no? De China, pero su imagen de alpaquita ya es muy conocida, muy popular aquí en China, porque muchos chinos saben, este animal tiene un nombre muy popular aquí, se llama Shenshou, Chaonima, es muy popular aquí. Entonces creo que su imagen ya hace mucho tiempo ha venido recibiendo aquí, ¿no?
Claro.
Y entonces es fácilmente, ¿no? Para nosotros la promoción que manejamos aquí.
Actually, this kind of animal is quite famous in our Chinese market already, so it is really acceptable for them, for our local clients, to understand this kind of products and to purchase this kind of products here. And besides, with the works here, with the promoting here, all of these stuffs are also can be better known by the local people of China, right? Bueno, muchas gracias. Gracias.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ciao. Bye bye.
So, now, what do you think about we're going to a very special exhibition with will you believe me if I tell you that there's a pavilion made only of bamboo?
Yeah, that's really an interesting part of this exhibition hall, right? Because the standard we are going to be reaching is the one that is 100% made of bamboo.
Yes.
And it is really interesting because I don't really see it like this possible to have one stand totally made, constructed by this kind of materials and other like plastics, because it is offering a concept of using the bamboo instead of plastic. It's a way to protect our earth, protect our life.
Yes, one of the topics about these CIFTIS, one of the main points, is that they have a very strong bet for sustainability.
Yes.
The fair wants to be carbon neutral this year, so they have developed many policies and many incentives for the companies and exhibitors to become carbon neutral. And with exhibitors like this one that we're going to see now, you will see that the market, the China market and the institutions are really making a huge bet for this.
Yeah, and I have one question. Do you know which is the first country to recognize bamboo?
I guess it's China.
Yeah, actually it is China. China is the first country to recognize bamboo, to cultivate bamboo, and also to utilize bamboo. As we can see here, this is a bicycle.
Look at that beautiful one.
A bicycle.
It's precious. It's a jewel.
It can be used, you think?
I think it can be used, but let's find it.
Let's find out, yes.
Who can tell us this?
We have here Borja de la Peña. Mucho gusto.
Welcome to our pavilion. Welcome to the pavilion of the International Bamboo and Rattan Organization. We are very happy to have you here. We will show you a little bit around.
Yeah, of course. We're really interested in this pavilion because it is said that it is 100% made of bamboo, right? And as this bicycle that we are seeing now, it can be really used in our life, really.
It can. There are many bamboo bikes that are being used in many countries.
With our camera, let's see here.
Unfortunately, this one is fixed. We cannot try it now, but bamboo is a very good material because it's flexible. So it's also very good to make bikes, and as one of the advantages it has is that it's a low carbon material, so it can replace high intensive emission materials, like in this case aluminium or steel, right? So we are trying to promote bamboo to replace
of other products also, right?
Emission intensive materials like plastics, like concrete. So here we have different examples of the qualities that bamboo has and the potential that it has to contribute to sustainable development and to many initiatives one of them, the one launched by the President of China, President Xi last year at the BRICS Summit.
Okay. Also, we can see that from this CIFTIS, this event, sustainability and environmental is another main theme of the event today. And here we can see in this pavilion of nearly 200 square meters, we can see a lot of products of daily utilities here, right? Of daily necessities.
Indeed, bamboo. There are 10,000 uses of bamboo products that have been already invented. There is an inventory of over 10,000 products of bamboo. Some of them, like these ones, have a high potential to replace plastics, no?
Yeah.
Here,
are they also made by bamboo?
Yeah, all of them are made of bamboo. These are products that you can find in any supermarket or in IKEA or in other commercial stores. And most of them are made here in China, yes, most of these products are made in Sichuan, in Meishan, in Yibin.
Yeah, that's really famous for the production of the bamboo, right?
Exactly. Also, this flooring made in Zhong'an, in Fujian province.
Fujian, it's my province.
Yes,
it's actually my province. It is also very famous for the production of this kind of material.
Indeed,
actually.
it is.
Here, I think this kind of products are for like hotels, utilities.
Yeah. Well, these are homewares. It can be utilized in hotels. It can be utilized at home also. Here are some toothpaste, combs.
Yeah, I have seen so many like this. So it's so cute, actually.
Yeah, many of them that in the past used to be made by plastics in the hotels.
Yes.
We are trying to promote a different material which is sustainable, biodegradable, and that can be commercialized globally.
I have seen this one of tissue box and toothbrushes. That's really significant actually, because I don't see it as an easy work to make this kind of product with this kind of material, but I think this is really significant. And I also see here like have keyboards and mouse. They are also without camera. 我们摄像机可以往前看一下这边的产品。We have seen many kind of products that we're using daily that now can be made by bamboo, right?
Yes. So all these products can be made of bamboo, and also they help to provide livelihoods to rural communities, not only in China but also in the global south, which is where the countries where we work. We have 50 member states, so we try to promote the bamboo industry in all our member states and help them to produce rural livelihoods, produce income, generate green jobs, and also sequester carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and contribute to the Paris Agreement.
Okay. Let's actually why we said every moves, every effort matters really. We all of us should do something to improve our lifestyle, to make it more healthy, make it more sustainable for the sustainable development of the earth and also for our human beings' rights.
Indeed. So that's what our mission is. Our mission is to help our member states and the small producers to produce sustainable livelihoods, to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030 by producing numerous products out of bamboo and rattan, which are very sustainable, biodegradable, and in the long term have a lot of potential to replace high emission intensive materials.
Yes, okay. Thank you so much for all of this presentation, for this introduction. And we have here Jasmine again. She is actually waiting for us here. And we can see this is a table also recyclable, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know when I'm seeing around this place, I'm thinking about one famous Chinese saying.
What's
it saying? Like, 人可食无肉，
Okay.
不可居无竹。
Yeah, that's it.
So here, everywhere we can see the bamboo here, and this is what kind of environmental
friendly, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really important for the sustainable development.
Yes, and you see, we can see. I cannot wait to have an experience. I'm so happy to have an experience like this, and
of course.
and in this fair,
we just now we showed you all guys to the Jordan, to the Pakistan, to Emirates, and here
and Peru, right?
Yes. And besides that countries, we still have a lot of countries.
Yeah.
In another place, Shougang
the
Park.
Shougang Park in
Yes.
Beijing.
Yes.
They're also holding like exhibitions of different themes where many visitors and many companies they're just being proudly there by exploring the new ideas, new trendings of all of this Chinese market is offering.
Yes, and follow us in the future. CGTN will bring you all kinds of information about the CIFTIS in the future.
And thank you so much for joining us for this CGTN live streaming around this trip, around this pavilion, and to recognize what kind of products that we are showing now here. And thank you so much again for keep us accompanied. Just follow up. Ciao, ciao.
See you. Masalama.